Hi friends, welcome to our channel. Okay, today we will discuss the 20 quiz questions. Okay, and the first question is, what is the output of the following code? X is equal to true, Y is equal to false, Z is equal to false. The first case is if not X or Y. You know the precedence. The precedence of operators is not and or. So the highest precedence is for not. So first it performs not X. Initially X value is true, not X means value is false. If it is the false case, then only or is executed. In our case, if first one is false, then only the second expression is evaluated. If the first expression is true, then no need to calculate the second expression. So if of false or false, both the expressions are false. So if condition is not evaluated, move to else if. In else if not X, that means true becomes false, or not Y, false becomes true. So what is the case? This is false and this is true, and Z is false. So true and false. The answer is false. So this else block is also not executed. Move to this one. Else if not X. Not X means false or false, or not Y means true. So up to now this expression becomes true and X means true, true and true. So the condition is true. So how is printed on the screen? So for the first question, the answer is how. Okay, move to the second one. I is equal to 1 while I less than 5. So how many number of times this loop is repeated? I is equal to 1, 2, 3 and 4. I is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. Now J is equal to 0 while J less than 4. Now how many number of times the loop is repeated? J is equal to 0, J is equal to 1, J equal to 2 and J is equal to 3. First statement, 0 less than 4. Print I mod 3. What is the value of I? I value is 1. 1 mod 3, the remainder is 1. 1 is printed on the screen. J is equal to J plus 1. Initially J value is 0. Now J value becomes 1. Print star. So up to now what is printed? Here 1 is printed. Here star is printed. Again enter into the loop. J value becomes 1. 1 less than 4. I value is fixed. That is, this loop is repeated 4 times. For J is equal to 0, J is equal to 1, J is equal to 2 and J is equal to 3. This loop is repeated 4 times. For I is equal to 1, the loop is repeated 4 times. So what is the output? 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. 4 times are printed. Whenever J value is equal to 4, 4 less than 4, condition fail. So comes out of the loop. Whenever it comes out of the loop, increment I value. I value is equal to 2. Now check the condition. 2 less than 5. So the condition is true. Again J is equal to 0. 0 less than 4. Again this loop is repeated 4 times. Now for this 4 times, what is I value? I value is equal to 2. 2 mod 3. The remainder is 2. So again 2 star, 2 star, 2 star, 2 star. 4 times is repeated. Okay. Now I value becomes 3. 3 less than 5. Condition is true. J is equal to 0. 0 less than 4. 3 mod 3. Remainder is 0. So 0 star, 0 star, 0 star. Similarly I is equal to 4. I is equal to 4 means the remainder is 1. 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. So you observe the pattern. This loop is repeated 4 times for each I value. Okay. Observe the output. 1 star, 1 star, 1 star, 1 star. 4 1 stars. For I is equal to 2, this one. For I is equal to 3, the remainder is 0. Again for I is equal to 4, this is the value. So option 2. This is the correct answer. Option 2 is the right answer. Now, what is the output of the following code? What is the output of the following code? A is equal to 567. A is equal to 567. In Python, based on the value assigned. Based on the value assigned, it specifies the data type. If you are assigning 567, then what is A? Now A becomes an integer. A becomes an integer. For I in A, print of I. So here A is an integer. For an integer, it is not possible to iterate a loop. Here compulsory this one is a sequence, that is a string, a tuple, list or set, any dictionary or anything. Compulsory it is a sequence. But you want to repeat a loop for an integer. You want to repeat a loop for an integer. So that is not possible. So always it gives some error. So actually the error is type error. So type error means it is fixed. Type error means we are assigning a particular value with some specific data type, but you want to perform some operation that is illegal to particular type. That is, this repetition is not suitable for integer. So that is called type error. Simply that comes under compiler error case. That comes under compiler error case. So int object is not iterable. That is, integer object is not iterable. Now come to fourth question. X is equal to 123.15, 242.03. Print length of this string. So first of all, you have to know what is join function. So you know the method join in strings. The join method simply returns a string. Remember, the join method returns a string in which the string elements of the sequence have been joined by the string operator. For example, I will show str dot join of sequence. This is the syntax, str dot join of sequence. So what happens? The string elements of the sequence, so from this sequence, are joined by this strs. That means here we are passing a sequence. That sequence are joined by using the elements of str. For example, s is equal to some comma. S is equal to some comma, a string. Now for example, we are using a sequence. Suppose sequence is equal to a comma b comma c. So I am using the sequence abc. Suppose if you want to perform s dot join of sequence, observe, s dot join of sequence means what happens? What is the output? This sequence is joined by using this s, a comma b comma c. This is the output. Now each and every element of the sequence are subjoined by using this comma operator. Similarly, observe this one. First it performs map of str comma x, list of map of str comma x. That means you know this function map of int comma, that is type comma. That value is converted into this one. So the meaning of this entire statement is, it is converted into strings. So it becomes this one, 123.15, 242.03, 242.03, and the list means these are the two elements. It is happens after performing this one. If you perform join operation with space, this is the sequence. If the sequence is separated, now the sequence is separated by using space. Okay, now this is the final answer. In the question they are asking length. What is the length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 1 space, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, if you understand the join operation, by performing this statement, the numbers are converted into a string and the strings are separated by using spaces. And the length is 13. See this one. For I is equal to, for I in 2537 : -1. So everyone know what is the meaning of this one. This is the reverse. This is the reverse. That is, the elements are printed in reverse order. The elements are printed in reverse order. By default, it is the value of plus 1. By default, that is plus 1. Suppose for I in 232 537, print of I. Suppose this is the statement. What is the answer? The answer is simply 2537. If you are not, suppose if you are specifying like this, it is also same. The answer is 2537. For example, if you are mentioning this one minus 2. Suppose initially you are specifying minus 1 means printed in reverse direction. If you are writing this one, what is the answer? What is the answer? In the reverse direction, print an alternative number. So 7 and 5. That is the answer. If you are using plus 2, what is the answer? If you are using plus 2, what is the answer? In this direction, print alternative numbers 2, 3. Okay, you got it? After the list, we are specifying based on this slice operator, the answer is printed. 2 means a step count of 2. Minus 2 means a step count of minus 2. That is in reverse direction. So here I am mentioning minus 1. So in reverse direction, we have to print it. So answer is 7352 is printed on the screen. Now, what is the output of the statement? L1 is equal to, so I am reading a list L1 with hello and how. For I in L1 and I dot upper, first time I value is hello, I dot upper, that is hello dot upper. What is the output? Everything is printed in capital letters. Print L1. So observe that everyone knows, think that this is the output. But remember, this operation just makes a copy, does not makes a copy, just to perform print operation. That means after performing hello dot upper, it does not modify the list. It does not modify the list. That is the upper, lower, all those are just for operation purpose only. If you are write the statement in print of I dot upper, then only hello and how are printed in capital letters. Hello and how are printed in uppercase letters. Otherwise, it does not perform any modification. Okay. So answer is as it is, hello and how. Option 1 is the correct answer. Now, which of the following command is used to print the output? Suppose if you want to print the date in this format. So you know the print statement. In the print statement, mainly we have 3 fields. The value to be printed, separated, comma, end. Separated means, suppose if you want to print more than one element, how the elements are separated, how to separate those elements. So this is one. And if you want to print these elements, you have to write in the reverse direction. So first we have to write 05 7 2020. See this one, 05 7 2020, and separation is equal to hyphen. That means each and every element, this is a date. So it is printed in this format. If you write in this format, then only the date format is printed. Okay. Okay, see this one. Class sample1. Everyone know this is a class, and init of it is a constructor. I am using a constructor. In the constructor, I am writing self.a is equal to 0. I am assigning a variable a with a value 0. In constructor 2, sorry, in sample 2 is a class. It is a derived class because this is inheritance. In this class, I am assigning value b is equal to 1. And I am using a function text. In the function text, I am creating an object for sample 2. Print s.a comma s.b. If you want to print s.a comma s.b. So observe that generally we assume that the answer is 0 comma 1. But remember, even though if you are applying inheritance concept, here a attribute is not passed through this constructor. the attribute A is not passed through the constructor. Simply, this sample 2 does not know anything about A because we are not inherited the constructor. This sample 2 does not know anything about A. That means here S dot A is not available. S dot A is not available. That is, what is the error? So compulsory it is error. Error is sample 2 object has no attribute A. So this is simply an attribute error. Sample 2 object, that is, this object has no attribute A. So answer is an error. Now in the class sample, I am assigning a variable self.id is equal to id. I am creating an object S. S is equal to sample of 242. So the 242 is copied into id and S dot double underscore dict of height is equal to 5.6. So what do you mean by dict? DICT represents the dictionary elements present in the class. The dictionary elements present in the class, and on that I am assigning a variable, that is a key, a height value as 5.6. So I want to print S dot height. What is S dot height? Simply 5.6 plus length of this one. So I will show with an example. S is an object, this is the predefined, and this is a built-in function available in class. Built-in attributes of class. So what it returns? It returns the elements present in the class in the dictionary format. What are the elements we have present? We have present id with value 242, height with value 5.6. So by writing this statement, the answer is id colon 242 comma height colon 5.6. This is printed. Whenever we are calling this statement, this is the output. So DICT returns the elements present in the class in the dictionary format. Now what is the length of the dictionary? It contains only 2 elements. So the length of the dictionary is 2. So see this one. The length of this one is 2 and S dot height. Height is 5.6. So 5.6 plus 2. So the answer is 7.6. Answer is 7.6. Now DIC is equal to, for I in range of, I am creating an empty dictionary for I in range of 5. That means I value is from 0 to 4. J in range of 5. J value is 0 to 4. DIC of I is equal to J. So I will show you. I is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the possible Y values. J is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. First time. I is equal to 0. J is equal to 0. DIC of 0. See this one. DIC of 0 is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. That means here key is 0. Value is also 0. In the next iteration, what happens? This inner loop is repeated. That is, I value is fixed. That means DIC of 0 is equal to 1. DIC of 0 is equal to 2. DIC of 0 is equal to 3. DIC of 0 is equal to 4. Now, J value 5 comes out of the loop. By coming out of the loop, what is the value of DIC of 0? According to dictionary properties, if more than one key, that is, if the keys are duplicated, the last updated is considered. The last updated key value is considered. That means all these 3 are eliminated. All these 3 are eliminated. So finally, what is the answer? For the key in the dictionary, for the key 0, the value is 4. Similarly, now I is equal to 1. For I is equal to 1, the same concept. That means for I is equal to 1, 0. Again, J value starts from 0, 1. And it considered the last updated value. So 1 colon 4. Similarly, 2 colon 4, 3 colon 4 and 4 colon 4. That is the procedure. Okay, so answer is 0:4, 1:4, 2:4, okay, 2:4, 3:4 and 4:4. That is the answer. That is the answer. So all the values are 4 because the last updated value. Now class modify of, so I am using a constructor. In the constructor I am assigning a value x plus y into z. First to call the function x is equal to modify of 1, 2, 3. So whenever we are calling this, a constructor is called x value is 1, y value is 2, z value is 3. Now 1 plus 2 into 3, that is 6 plus 1, 7. The value of a is 7. Get attribute. Get attribute is a built-in function in the classes. So the syntax is get attribute of name of the object and the attribute name. So the value present in this attribute is printed. For the object x, the attribute a, what is the value of a? A value is 7. So get attribute for object x, the value of a is 7. 7 is assigned to y. Now y value is 7. Y value is 7. Now set attribute. Set attribute is used to set a value for a particular object. Here the syntax is name of the object, attribute name and the value. So y value is 7. I am setting a as y minus 1. Y minus 1 means 7 minus 1, 6. Now I am setting a value as 6. Print x comma a. So what is updated a value? A value is 6. Okay. So I am explaining all these get attribute and set attribute concepts in my Python YouTube link. Okay. In the concept of classes and objects, I will explain all these DICT, set attribute and get attributes. So if you have any doubt, please go to that video. Okay. What is the output of the following code? A underscore B underscore C is equal to 1 comma 000 comma 000. I am printing this one. If you are writing in this fashion underscore underscore, this is represented in a tuple format. That is represented in a tuple format. Okay. If these are zeros, only a single zero is considered. For example, A underscore B is equal to 1 comma 2 comma 3. Suppose if you are printing A underscore B, what is the answer? 1 comma 2 comma 3 is the answer. Even though we have only two parameters here, two variables, it prints 1 comma 2 comma 3. For example, if you are using 1 double 2 double 3, suppose same example 1 double 2 double 3, what is the output? Double 2. Suppose if you are using 0 0 0, it prints only a single 0. That is, any number of zeros are invalid. If more than one 0 occurs, simply ignore the number of zeros, place 1 0. So here this has no use. If you are writing this one, simply 1 comma from this one 1 0, from this one 1 0. So the answer is 1 0 0 is the answer and represented in tuple format. Which of the following cannot be a variable? It, on, in, init. Okay. So everyone know in is not a variable because in is a keyword. In is a keyword. What is the output of the following? Class A. In class A, double underscore I. What do you mean by this one? Here I is a private variable. That means it is accessed only within this class. Only within this class. I am assigning I value is equal to 1, J value is equal to 5. Print I value and J value. So what is to be printed? 1 and 5. But before calling the object, B of A, I am using inheritance concept. I am calling the superclass constructor and updating the I value as 2, J value as 7. C is equal to B of. I am creating an object for C. C dot display. The display function is here also because we are using inheritance concept. Whenever we are calling display function, it calls the display function, but it does not update the I value. Does not update the I value. Why? Because here the I value is a private variable and it is a strongly private variable. I value is not updated and here you are updating J value. So J is a normal variable. J value is updated. Remember, the private variables cannot be updated even though you are inherited. So answer is I value is 1, updated J value is 7. So 1 comma 7 is the answer. And the next question is, what is the output of the following code? A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. B is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5. Result is equal to A dot intersection update of B. Okay. What do you mean by intersection update? After performing intersection of A and B, the result is again updated in A. Suppose if you are applying normal intersection operation, simply the result is copied into this position. Suppose if you are applying intersection update, the result is updated in A. So what is intersection? The common values are 2, 3, 4. Now A becomes 2, 3, 4. If you are printed result, what is the answer? If you are printing result, the answer is none. Why? Because in intersection update, it updates A only. The result is not copied. And the B value is not updated. B value is 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So the answer is A is equal to the common terms 2, 3, 4. What is the output? What is the output? Print negation of -4. Okay. For that purpose, I will show with an example. What do you mean by negation of x is equal to? The formula is simply x plus 1. Formula is simply x plus 1. So negation or tilt. Negation of 4 is equal to, sorry, the formula is minus of x plus 1. Formula is equal to minus of -4 plus 1. So minus 4 plus 1 means minus 3. Minus of minus 3 is equal to 3. That is for tilde of x is equal to, that is tilde of -4 is equal to -3. Suppose again apply negation on -3 is equal to minus of 3 plus 1, 4. So what is the answer? -4. Okay. So for negation of -4, the value is 3. For negation of 3, the value is -4. That is, this negation updates the value, this negation again updates the value to the previous position. That means here we are applying 7 negations. So for the first 6 negations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, for first 6 negations, all are cancelled because -4 converted into 3. For this negation -4, for this negation 3, for this negation -4, for this negation 3, so and so on. After completion of 6 negations, what is the answer? -4. After completion of 2 negations, the answer is -4. Third negation, answer is 3. Fourth negation, answer is -4. Fifth negation, answer is 3. Sixth negation, answer is -4. And seventh negation, on applying negation on -4, the result is 3. So simply the result is 3. That is simply even number terms are cancelled. And the next question is, I am creating a dictionary with 3 values, A is equal to 1, B equal to 2 and A is equal to 3. Here the keys are duplicated. We already discussed, if the keys are duplicated, the last updated value is considered. What is the last updated value for A? 3. So simply the answer is 3. Compilation error due to duplicate keys. So no problem because the duplicate keys are allowed in dictionary. Allowed in dictionary. My tuple is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. My tuple dot append of 5, 6, 7. My tuple dot append of 5, 6, 7. What is the length of the tuple? So here tuple, we cannot modify the tuple. Lists are modified. Tuples are not modified. If you want to perform modification on the tuple, it produces an error. So the output is an error. Output is an error. What is the output of the following statement? Print welcome to all participants dot partition of all. You know the partition function? Partition function searches for this string in the given string. Searches the string all in the given string. If matching occurs, remember always the result of the partition function is a tuple with 3 values. Always the result is a tuple with 3 values. What are the values? The values are the partition, that is the part before this match occur, and second element is the matched element, third element is the part after the particular match. So first it compares all in the string, so all is available at this position. So the first element is welcome to all, welcome to. The second element is all, and the third element is the participants. You know the partition before the match and after the match. Always the result contains three elements. Now, what is the output of the following code? I am creating a list with two values. Apply lambda function on the list and map off. So if you are printing this m value, what happens? It always produces the address, because this map function always produces the address. So always the address of m is displayed. These are the 20 questions asked in the quiz. If you have any doubt, please post in the comment section. Thank you for watching.